on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Been away for a week. Told you guys I was going to Calgary, but I'm back. If you haven't yet, check out my first few videos. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. If you've been here before, welcome back. So today, I'm not going to be doing an install video like my last few, but what we're going to do today instead is answer some questions that I've been seeing on YouTube that you guys have been asking me. You guys are wondering where I get my car cover. You guys are wondering how much I spend on my car, where I get the parts from, how much I spend on the parts, all that stuff. We're gonna do an in-depth breakdown of the whole build. I'm also gonna tell you guys my personal review, my personal experience with the different manufacturers that I buy the parts from, what I think of the parts and everything. So you guys don't want to hear me talking, you guys want to check out the car, so let's get right into it. So a lot of you are curious about the cover that I have on my car. Got it from Amazon, and honestly it was one of the cheapest covers I found, and I wasn't really looking for the cheapest cover. I was looking for a cover that was gonna cover the car and not get it dusty. It just happened to be the cheapest one I found as well, which was great. I bought it off Amazon from a company called Windpower. It's a velvet stretch cover. It's great for indoor parking. It's not an outdoor cover. If you store your vehicle indoor, I highly recommend it. There's a lot of debates about whether covers are good for your car or not, because what happens is when they're on your car for a number of months and dust gets underneath it and they flap around in the wind, you will get micro scratches all over your car. I did not want any scratches on my car, so I bought a velvet stretch fit, and honestly this cover is great. It's a very soft, stretchy material. It's velvet, like it's very, very soft. There's no way this is ever gonna scratch anything. It fits snug, it doesn't move around, and honestly, I would recommend it to everybody. I've been using it only for a couple months, but it fits the wide body perfect. It's great. It's absolutely great. If you guys are into it, it's about $150. I'm gonna leave the link in the description below if you guys wanna check it out. Okay, so now for the whole body kit on this car. Like I said in my very first video that I posted, it's a TwinZ wide body, TwinZ front bumper, nose panel, rear bumper, side skirts, spoilers, everything is TwinZ on the exterior of this car. I got it from Z1 Motorsports. If you want this body kit, the only place you can buy it from is Z1 Motorsports. I paid about $6,500 US for just the parts. That's including the front bumper, the inserts, the front lip, the nose panel, the wide body, the side lips, rear spoiler, the roof spoiler, and the Type 4 rear bumper, and also the 99 JDM taillights. I got those on Z1 as well, and they were about $500. That's included in the $6,500 that I spent there. So everything on the exterior was $6,500 US. That includes the $900 I spent for shipping. Now, the shipping was outrageous in my opinion. I do live in Canada, it's freight shipping, but $900 was pretty expensive. The kit itself is amazing. It fits perfect. There was almost no work needed. You can see how well it fits, how well the lines flow with the vehicle. The fitment was awesome, so it is worth the money. The kit is amazing. I do recommend this kit for anyone who's on the line about it. I think the kit is great. I'll leave a link for Z1 Motorsports in the description below as well. They did increase the prices for all of their TwinZ stuff in the last year or so. I bought it about September of last year. The prices have gone up since then, but I paid about $6,500. It was steep, but honestly, when it's on the car, it's worth it, to be honest. If I had to do anything differently with my order, I would have made the drive down to Georgia. I believe it's Georgia, wherever Z1 Motorsports is. I would have made the drive down and picked up the parts myself. The shipping ended up being a lot. When I made the order at the beginning, they told me it was about $450. A couple months later, when they got all the parts in, they told me it was gonna be double that. So I don't know how that works, to be honest, but it is what it is. Yeah, so if you're in driving distance, Even if it's a day's drive for you and you're gonna buy all this stuff and spend all that money, I recommend just drive down to Z1 Motorsports, pick it up. No one wants to pay this much for shipping. I did, but I wish I hadn't. But the body kit's awesome. TwinZ does awesome stuff. Also for the installation and paint with this kit, especially if you're going for the wide body, you do have to cut the fenders and the quarter panels. You have to cut them out. So it is quite a bit of work. Unless you're gonna do it yourself, I would say budget about $4,000 to $6,000, $4,000 to $5,000, maybe $6,000 for the installation and the paint, depending where you are, but that's the ballpark. So all in all, if you don't have $10,000 to spend, maybe don't do it. If you guys do want to save some money and still want the TwinZ, don't go for the wide body. You'll save yourself so much more money. But the wide body does look awesome. But some people do not want to cut up their car and this and that, but I was that person too. I wasn't sure if I wanted to cut it up, but once I did cut it up, man, it was the best thing I did. I love it. I love it. Wouldn't change a thing. I don't regret doing anything. Also, the grill that I got right here. Let me see if I can show you guys. I wanted something a little thicker. I didn't want just the bendable mesh that you can find. This was a bit more expensive. I did buy this on Amazon. One sheet will do. I believe it was about $120 to $150. I don't remember. If I can find the link for this, I'll include it in the description below. But if you do want to purchase it, one sheet will give you enough for the front bumper. I also have it in the nose panel here. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick this up. And I also have it in the rear bumper down there. Just prevents leaves and whatnot from flying in. Also for the exterior, the molding kit that I purchased for the windshield, the T-tops, and the quarter glass and the driver and passenger sides. So I bought the whole kit. This was about $500 from Concept Z Performance. It was so much cheaper on Black Friday. Last week I was checking the prices and they actually went on sale for $200, $250 or so. So if you guys want new ones, check out Concept Z. Concept Z is amazing to deal with. I highly recommend them. I didn't buy too much stuff from them. Their inventory isn't fully diverse with everything, but I did buy these at Concept Z and these were amazing. Okay, so for the wheels and suspension, as I said in my first video, my wheels are Cosmos XT006Rs and they're wrapped with Cooper Xeon RS3 G1 tires. Front and rear, I have the same tires. So for fitment, my front, the wheel size is 18 by 9.5 with a plus 10 offset. I did run a 15mm spacer at the front just to get a more of a flush fitment. And honestly, this fitment isn't even super aggressive, but I'm pretty happy with it, so. That's the fitment for the front. Okay, it actually does look pretty aggressive from this angle, but that's what I have at the front. I put a 15mm spacer on it. For the rear, the wheel size is 18 by 11 with a plus 8 offset and wrapped in the same tires as the front, except this size is 275/40 R18s. This one does not have a spacer. These are really wide wheels at the rear. They don't have a spacer, but I am gonna need a spacer because after the wide body went on, this is not aggressive. This is like soccer mom minivan style right here. So we're gonna put a spacer on this. 5mm for sure, possibly a 10mm. That will be going on in a couple weeks. These wheels cost me about $2,500 Canadian. I bought these in Canada. Not too much going on with the suspension just yet. We have, let me see if I can get some light on it for you guys. We got the Tein Flex Z coilovers for the 300ZX. These were about $800. I ordered these off Z1 as well. I did a lot of research about coilovers and a lot of people like the Tein Flex Z. They're more affordable than all the other ones like BC Racing and whatnot, but they perform great. I've driven this car, not too much, but since I added those coilovers, they dried great and they're fully adjustable and all that. So I'll leave links for everything in the description. So for the interior, I spent about $2,000 at a website called Interior Innovations. And with that $2,000, I got the suede trim kit, so I could replace all the tweed I had with suede. It's a 13-piece kit, I believe, and you can swap out all your tweed with suede. So in the $2,000, I got the suede kit, I got the seat covers, I got the e-brake, shift knob, the boots for both of them, the armrest, the steering wheel, the carpets, and I think that's everything I got from Interior Innovations. I installed everything myself. It is challenging to do the seats. If you want them done perfect, I recommend professional installation for that. You do get some wrinkles. If you use a steamer and stuff, you can do it. It is hard. This car hasn't seen much sun. Once it's out in the summer more and in the heat, this leather will fit more snug. That's why there's a lot of wrinkles right now, but that will tighten up with the heat in the summertime. I did everything myself, so it was only $2,000 about for the parts from Interior Innovations. Like I said in my first video, stereo system is from Amazon. It's a Toto. The double dim bezel I got from ZSPEC. There's a lot of mixed reviews about Interior Innovations online. My experience with them for the most part has been pretty good. I ordered stuff from them on 1 or 2 different occasions. You do have to wait 2 months, maybe 3 for your stuff, but it kind of makes sense because it's not like this stuff is sitting around ready to ship out. They produce it after you make the order. Like you can choose red stitching and stuff like that. So they customize it for how you want it. So waiting a few months for that is honestly not that bad. The quality, I can't speak too much on the quality as I've only had it on the car for a year. Maybe in a couple years down the road, I'll make another video about the quality and how it's holding up and stuff. But first impressions is this stuff is pretty good. So, I mean, would I buy it again? Yes. It's one website where you can purchase everything that you're looking for. So yeah, I would. So I've ordered a few different things off ZSPEC Design. They're great to deal with. I got my bezel from there. I ordered a couple little things here and there from them as well. They're pretty good to deal with. So if you guys need anything, check out ZSPEC Design. I'll leave the link in the description below for that as well. The racing pedals I got from Z1 Motorsports as well. I installed them in the last video. If you guys haven't seen that yet, what are you doing with your life? Go check it out. And last but not least, the trunk, the subwoofer enclosures that are custom fitted for the Nissan 300ZX. I got these off Z Enclosures. I did the install last video. If you guys haven't seen it, you obviously need to check it out because look how damn good this looks. I'll leave their link as well in the description. So hopefully I answered some of the questions that you guys had about my build. All in all, I'll tell you what I spent on this car. I bought this for 11,500 Canadian dollars. It's a NA and it has 70k miles on it. To some that might seem pretty high, but for me that was a great price. This car was mint, no rust, absolutely nothing on it. And honestly, the prices for these cars is a little higher in Canada than it is in the States. So 11.5 was a pretty good price in my opinion. Since I have bought it, I have probably spent about $15,000 to $20,000 on this vehicle on top of my buying price. But I'm pretty happy with it. And honestly, you do want to spend more and more and more money on these cars. It is hard to control yourself, I guess you can say. There's so much stuff you can do to these cars and you just want to do all of it. But honestly, my recommendation to you guys is have a vision and stay with that vision. Don't get sidetracked. Don't just keep spending money because you can. Know what you want from your vehicle, customize it to what makes you happy, and do it. Not everyone needs a wide body 300ZX, but does everyone need a 300ZX? Yes, they do, in my opinion. So I think that's all I got for you guys. I hope I answered some of your questions about my build. I hope I inspired some of you to go out and do some stuff to your car, to go modify your car. You know, this car makes me turn around and look at it every time I park it. Like, you need a car like that. This car does that for me. And honestly, I have no regrets about any modifications I've done to this. I've put a lot of thought and research into everything I do to this car. I spend a lot of money on it, but I don't throw money at it, if that makes sense. I do my research, I do my due diligence, and I go about doing it that way. There's no money spared on this vehicle. I don't, as you can probably tell, I don't cut corners to save money. I go after quality. And quality is very important to me. I want to put the best parts I can in this vehicle, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was more of an informational video. We didn't do an install. I hope it wasn't boring, but what we'll do is I got a really good install coming in the next few days. You guys want to check that one out? I'm very excited for it. And honestly, if you think the interior looks good now, watch it in a week. It's going to be really nice. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, you want to hit that subscribe button now, because you don't want to miss what I got coming next week for this. We have lots more coming. I hope you guys enjoy the content I'm putting out there. I'll be back in a couple days with more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you again.